Hello, and it's Channel Right here, and we are on the Nevada Test Range map. And today's tutorial is to show you how to create a wingman. And when I say a wingman, I don't mean clicking on your plane and adding a AI wingman. Say you're in a set of two. I want the wingman to be separate because I don't know. I don't trust the wingmen, and I don't trust that they're going to follow an order or anything like that. And the options for your wingman, if you were just to add another plane to your specific group, um, the options are pretty limited, really, at this time in DCS. Hopefully, these options will improve in time. I'm sure it's all just a sandbox and a work in progress. So yeah. Anyway, I'll show you how I create a wingman where I can get him to do exactly what I want him to do within limits. So here's me on the ground. So this is me. I've set myself up as a client, or you could set yourself up as a player. Nothing really spectacular. I've got a weapon load there. I'm going to attack some moving targets, moving vehicles, so they will be my target. And so I've got some IR Mavericks and a couple of GBU-12 laser guided bombs at the T-pod. So the first thing I do is create a new plane. So I'm not putting this plane or jet down as a part of this group. It is its own separate thing. So I've just set that up and set this up how you want. Now, because I want it to go for a specific group, I have to set the task up here as CAS. So close air support, I believe it means. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there you go. And an important thing now, we have the option. I've just set it on unlimited fuel, so I know it's not going to drop out the sky halfway through the mission because it's fighting to keep up with me. So there you go. The first two items down there. So the first thing I needed to do is I think you could probably do this with escort, but it works for me giving it the follow order. So that's the follow order. So the first thing you do is click on your secondary, your AI plane here, and just in this main part here, add a special advanced waypoint action and choose under perform tasks, follow. Have to assign it to the group you want this AI plane to follow. So for me, it is the F-18, and you should get a indication with this line attaching itself to your specific jet. So that's good. We're in the follow mode. Now, if you go to click on follow and go to edit, it'll give you some parameters that you may want to follow. So when you're at, say, 15,000 feet, this should be in the same general height as your jet, give or take a bit. So yeah, you can move this down or up or whatever you want. So I'll just keep it at this. No real idea what elevation is. The interval will be between you and your jet. Last waypoint, where do you want it to follow to? So you want it to complete the full mission. So the full mission will be the targets, exit point, the finals, and then the landing. So the landing is 9. So the last waypoint for me will be waypoint 9. So the plane will follow you all the way down to landing. Now, another thing that I don't want it to do, I don't want it to start up because I'm using auto start. I just find that the easiest for me, but it's quite a long sequence in the F-18. So this jet here will do a quick start and be off into the blue before you can say hello blue. So I want that to be, I want it to move, start up once I've gotten out my own craft. Just click it on uncontrolled and it's not going, there'll be no pilot in the seat, it'll just be dormant. So once we've set that up, we can start with the triggers. Now there are a couple of flags. I'm always intimidated by flags, but they're pretty easy if you follow the sequence. So first things first, name your jets, very important so we don't get confused. And then we can go to the set rules for trigger. Forget about these triggers here, these are just in previously. So just set a new trigger and we're going to I'm going to give myself in my cockpit a command so I can start the AI plane at will. So I'm just going to call it follow, because that's the name of the AI plane, start. Make that a nice white color. Skip the conditions and go straight to actions where we will set a radio item add. So this basically gives you an option when you press on your communications items, press on something and it will trigger an action. So add a radio item will end up in your cockpit. So that's good. So just give it a name so you know what it is. So I'll just call it follow start. And there's no other flags in this mission, so I can just leave it as flag 1 and a value of 1. Now all I do next is to highlight that last trigger I've set up and just clone it. So there we go, just clone it, and then this time we need to add a condition. So the condition will be flag equals, and the flag equals 1 and 1. I can see a problem with this straight away because I haven't actually added a task. Going to when you come out of this, if you haven't done anything right, it will erase it, but that's okay. It was pretty simply set up. So back to the AI jet. So you need to click on the tab that says triggered action. So you don't set the action in here, set it in here if you want it to turn up in the rules for the trigger. So just click on that like flower icon, add, and we want to perform task command just down to start. And while I'm here, I'm going to add another action which will be set on route task, search, and then engage group, because I know exactly the group I wanted to engage. So just pull this down and I'm looking for vehicles. The weapon, I specifically wanted to use the service missiles, so just click on that. Click on visible. I think that just makes them the group visible, so it makes it easier for your AI to detect them, I believe. So yeah, so we've set that up. If that was confusing because I went back and forwards there, just rewind the video. Obviously, this is all depending on you setting the mission up first. So yeah, so that's all set up there. So we can go back to these triggers, and as you can see, that last one I did has been automatically erased. So that's fine. So just clone the last one I did, which was setting the flag to 1-1. Simple as that. Second one is this time I have to give it a condition, and the condition will be flag equals. So our flag is 1-1, so flag 1 value 1. And then we need to set a AI task push. And here, as you can see, as I've explained, you can see these AI actions are now available. So just to recap, I've set that flag on radio item added, which means use the option in the cockpit communications menu. Okay, now we want to set the set a flag and a radio item for me to ask it to actually execute the order, which is to fire on the moving vehicles. So what you do is I'll just clone that top one. I'll change this color. That's why colors are important, so you know what you're doing. So follow start, I'm going to change that to follow weapons free, and then leave the conditions, and we just need to set a flag. Obviously we can't use the same flag, so I'm just going to use flag 2 value 2. It's simple. So there we go. And then once again, I'm just going to clone that last one we did and add a condition, which will be push task, which will be moving vehicles. Just go back on these because it's very easy when you're adding text to make a mistake. And I know I've made a mistake here, didn't do it on purpose, just easily done. So I have to go back to my flag and give it an actual order, because otherwise I'd end up with 2 starts and I wouldn't know which is for the weapons free. What's for start? So weapons free. There you go. And that's all you have to do. So the flag is pretty simple. It's just a radio item flag for both commands. Okay, and then it's important when you do that to save it. I won't, because I've already got this set up previously. And there we go. We're all set up. Oh, one thing I need to do is click, and this is very important. Click on your AI plane, and we've already set it a cast. So what you need to do is, not on the waypoint, but on the actual plane, click on it, and number 1 should be cast. Highlight cast and delete it. Otherwise, this AI plane, like it would if it wasn't following you, will go and attack every little thing around it. And there's already enemies around here and around there, and it'll be flying low, and it's not good. So delete the CAS. It's still going to work. Now, this AI craft itself hasn't got any waypoints to follow, but your plane has, because you would have set them up in the mission. So all this here is its own thing, and it's just going to follow you along until you order it to do something. So there we go. Hope that was simple enough. We'll just rewatch it back if you're confused. And as proof of concept, let's go into the mission. So welcome to the mission editor. So the jet here with the unfolded wings is mine, and this is the AI one here, which is dormant, and should be dormant when you start because you set it to uncontrolled. So it's quite noisy out here. So let's jump into the cockpit. By the way, I just selected hot start for this, so just to show you how it goes. I like to make sure the data link's on before I start. You have to press it twice, press it again. FF is on. Good. So we should see them on radar. Keep a track on them and make sure they're working. So let me just go to the HSI. Let's go to waypoint 1, box it, and put the sequence on. Everything's looking good. Yeah, so we're ready to go. Nose wheel steering's already on. And runway 14 is up here. And remember, my jet is currently dormant. So when I go to my radio button, go to parent menu, got all your options here. So you should have something that says other, and you can see the 2 options here. So I've got option F1 is follow and F2 is weapons free. So while I'm taxiing here, I'm just going to go to the radio menu and get the AI to start now. So follow start. He's unfolded his wings and he is starting up. Back to me. As you can see, the jet is left the hangar and is heading towards runway 14. Okay, and I've been cleared. And into the blue. As you can see, he's on the data link. So there he is there, that circle below my plane. So we are approach to the target, and I'm going to go to other, which is my own orders I've set up. And I'm going to ask him weapons free. So there is AAA there. When he says AAA, it is a car with a mounted gun, anti-aircraft gun on it. Still at 25,000 feet. Let's go to him. Let's have a look at him. Put a speed up time. And he's firing these missiles, you see. This is just proof that he's going to actually attack these vehicles. There are other enemies around, but it's these ones specifically I've asked the AI to attack. And there you go. He's at 2, he's at 3, and there you go. Because I've just asked him to use better surface missiles, he isn't going to go in and gun them down or anything. And I've already ran this, so when I turn away after I've mopped up, using my laser guided bombs, when I've mopped up and I've turned away, he's turned away with me. So these are back on the move, and we've got one smoking, obviously damaged vehicle. So I would mop them up. Now I think there might be a bubble where if you stray out of it, your wingman can't follow you. But I think once you've gone into land, I've already ran this mission and it worked perfectly. I think once you've landed, he will just automatically land as well. But you could add a command for him to land as well, or an option where you can press a button and say return to base. So as I said previously, you could add any other commands there. It's just a way of making sure that the mission is a little bit more under your command, and you're helping the AI make those crucial decisions. If you liked watching this, please give it all the usuals, a thumbs up. A lot of people watch these videos and don't give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down even. So please do that, and subscribe if you want to see more of these. I've been Channel Right, and I'm a Dot.